Last part, part 4. We're gonna get all this and put it on a well, not all of it, just your name and your score, and we're gonna put that on a website for all to see, so you can brag. I don't know who would care, but here we go. First line I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just say print scores as a string here, comma whatever the player score is. I totally forgot I even had that in this program. I never used it until now. I think I deleted computer and computer points. We did that way back up here. Look, computer points was there somewhere, and yeah, I think maybe we had it originally in the first one. We didn't never reuse it. So, let me just test that out. Press go, and it should when I play a game. Now pause for a little bit and say, okay, why is it 0-0? Oh yeah, because no one won there. Okay, grand. So I'm winning by 1. So I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead and stop the game. So what do I want to send to a website though? I mean, surely I need the last kind of like the difference between scores. Does that sort of make sense? So I'm gonna say like print. This is just going to go on forever. So I need to just maybe say best of 3 games. And like I can change it, right? But this while true can't be while true forever. So I'm going to go for plays in range. It could be for X in range, for Y in range. I'm going to do best of 3. This, it means instead of going while true, which is forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever, this now do it 3 times. Okay. So now that the program's actually going to end, I'm going to go down here and go like, oh, I actually need to find where this has to line up exactly, right? So I'm just going to put my finger here on the screen. God, Thonny's great, but like it really needs these vertical lines like in another, once your program gets big and beefy here, I think it's about there is where the alignment comes down. So this is where the program ends when I'm done out of the for loop. Right, I'm going to say print like the final score. Do you know what? I'm going to send this to a database. So before I even print it, I'm just going to say that the final score is the difference. I'm going to just assume that it's the player score, player points, minus computer points. And this might give me a minus number sometimes, but that's fine. That can be perfectly embarrassing. Print final score. Final score is okay, done. And now when I go best of 3, it should say the final score is something. So 1, 2. Okay, final score is -3. Nice. All right, the computer won every single round. Cool. Well, guess I'm sending that to a website to brag about it. Do I really want to put my name on this website? But I've got it ready to go, right? I got my final score. There you go. So let's just start by sending the final score up to somewhere. Now, databases and leaving cert projects. You've got 2 main options. Thingspeak is, I would say, the easiest way to send data like graphing, like temperature and blah 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 blah, because you just use maybe a few lines, press go, and it just gets a variable and it sends it to a web page, puts it in a beautiful animated graph for you. You don't have to do any graphing code. You just say, hey, get yourself graphed, and then you go and check your Thingspeak website, and there's this thing from your Python program, all graphed for you and presentable. And you can edit the labels and stuff. That's great. I just don't know. The problem with it is it doesn't do particularly well text. So yes, I can send numbers and sensor data. That's kind of what it's for, like IoT sensors, like temperature, humidity, weather station stuff. It doesn't really do names like high score Joe, so why don't I just do one example of Thingspeak? We'll call that 4-part A, so that if your project just needs sensor data, yeah, do Thingspeak. Firebase is, I suppose, more capable because it's like a real grown-up database and you can send real stuff to it. But it all comes up with, real grown-up aches and pains like mortgages and childbirth and all those horrendous things that happen to you when you have to grow up. So I don't know. Let's just start off with the easy the Sesame Street one, which is called Thingspeak. I'm going to just give you this little program here, which I've saved. I'll put the link. It's on the same handy code repository, right? So this is a separate program, and all it does is it goes import blah blah blah. Don't worry. This API you need to find in your own Thingspeak channel. So here's what you do. Step 1, you go to Thingspeak and set up a channel. In your Thingspeak channel, you can have as many fields as you want. Like you could just have temperature, humidity. I'm gonna go name and high score, even though I'm pretty sure, even though it takes the name in Thingspeak, I don't think there's any way to show it. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it like that because I was just kind of testing out whether I could do this, and the answer was, kind of not really, but I could do the score just fine. So, I'm good. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'll just show you. This is the view I had. I'm gonna do the public view. You can change what you see and which ones. Like maybe you want like a bar chart on one and the other. So, my private view currently shows high score over time, which is going to be my second field, and the scorometer is there, and there's no thing available. My current high score. It'll show up here in a moment. Right, press go, and it's going to send the player name, which is me, and the high score starting off is going to be, well, let's be real, it was -3. Let's press go. So it's sending B2, which is the second data point up to Thingspeak. Let's go check my channel, and there it is. High score -3. It's sent that twice. High score NAN. Is that field? Oh, it's because it's field 1. I said in my settings that field 2 was high score. That's why it was going nuts there. High scorometer, and I want this one to show the data from field 2. That's Thingspeak. It works just fine. I mean, you then just copy this into your program. Where would you do it? You do it at the end. So I just get literally all of it. Now look, I put your import to the top of your program, and this here has to be for your channel. That's from my channel. So you'll find your secret code under API keys, and there it is. It's the read and write code. So if you want to write to this database, that's going to be different for you. You can see out my code obviously, so you could totally vandalize stuff, and that's just fine. I don't mind. It's only a silly channel. So there you go. That's the Thingspeak version. But I think I'm probably gonna go. Let me go for part A for like Thingspeak, and this will be how to put things into Thingspeak. So from time import sleeve is already there. The other stuff I do need, grand. And then I need to go down and go back into my other code. Take the API key. We'll put that there near the start of the program. I'm going to put my function here also near the top of the program. Let's just do it like here. And finally, the bit that actually calls the function, I can put down there. Now, right now, this is field 1, Danny. Now, I want this to be my high score and stuff like that. So, yeah, I do want to update Thingspeak right near the bottom. Final score is blah blah, and then update Thingspeak. But my Thingspeak function is no longer correct because that there is my final score. So I can leave the field 1 being my player name or whatever. You can have as many fields as you want. You can just keep going here, but it's gonna be final score there. Cool. Pushes all the buttons. Okay, the final score is 0. Oh yeah, maybe because did it cancel out or whatever? Yeah, that's the difference. Of course, that makes sense. So it was even Stevens. So if I go to Thingspeak now, I should find that's just saying I've set data point number 3. I should see in my private view. There we go, 0. I mean, it's an improvement. I've gone from -3 to 0. Not bad. And the more I play this microbit game, the more this will change. And how do you get that into a website? Well, with great ease and delight. You just see here where it says little comment box. You copy this and just put that straight into HTML. So here's a blank website I've got here in Glitch. You can see there's nothing in here at all. Just text. So if I just go paste in that iframe, Voila, look at that. Animated and everything. Pretty cool. All right. So if I go play this in the microbit now, I can play away here on the microbit, and I'm not even looking at what's happening in the game, but I do know that at the end of this game, that website is going to update with whatever my last score is. I'm going to just keep bashing on the buttons here. Let's see. Okay, the final score was 0 again. All right. And it sent that data point. There we go. So straight line across. Grand. So that's like the Thingspeak way of doing databases. Just trying to think, is there anything that's crucial to know about Thingspeak? Oh yeah, I mean, if you really need something very specific, like I need to graph this versus that over time, or put in multiple accesses and yada yada yada, like you can do that, but you need to learn MATLAB a little bit. No, you don't. You need to learn copy paste. But check it out. You can do MATLAB visualizations here, like histograms, plots, and 2D things, and it'll do all that automatically, which is deadly. The other nice thing here is, you can decorate this with different colors. So I don't know what number this is going to be, and then also it's good to know that the last few results there, you can change that to just show the last 5 results, or maybe 1,000 results. So it's up to you. Grand. So I'll probably just stop that as like video Thingspeak, and then make like a 4B for if you want to go down the Firebase route.